Hey, welcome to my channel, or welcome back, loyal viewers. I'm Kerry, the nosy housefrau, and today I'm sticking my nose in on the Conspiracy palette. As many of you know, I was in Houston, up in the air on a plane when the palette launched. Not only was it difficult to get internet in the first place, the internet was kind of broken, as you recall, as we charged through the internet, crowding and clogging the doorways to the checkout lane. So, I thought it was a done deal. I had a friend on the ground who tried to get it, but she was one of those persons. Her name is Rose, beauty boomer. She came to Houston right after me. Check her out. I'll put her link below. She's almost at 1,000, and I'd love to help to get her there. She has fantastic videos, so check out her channel. But she, being the good friend that she is, was trying to nab one for herself and me since she wasn't on her plane yet, and she was one of those people who got charged on her card, but then the money was put back on her card because, in fact, there was sort of an incongruence between the checkouts and the inventory. So that's fine. It happens. It was a lot to handle. There was something like 1 million pallets sold in 30 minutes, and it was for hours, 2,000 people every minute trying to check out. So it didn't happen, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try to get in on the restock. When we were in Houston, there was a Morphe store near where we were all staying. I assumed they were all gone, but it turned out when someone else tried to get a pallet for his wife, he had only missed the last one by 20 minutes. So close, yet so far. And when I came back home to Toledo, I thought for sure I'd have to wait at least a month before being able to order a restock. But the next morning after coming home, my flight landed like 11:44 at night, I called, and the Morphe store in Troy, Michigan, an hour and a half away, said they had a few pallets. It went a little something like this.
Okay, this is huge. I just called the Morphe store in Troy, Michigan, an hour and a half away, and they have pallets. Conspiracy pallets. They're not sold out. And I asked the woman, and she said maybe 10 or 15. And I was like, can you please hold one? I'm coming from Toledo. And she said, no. And I was like, okay, but I am coming from Toledo. I'm coming, so it'd be great if one was there. And she was like, thank you for calling. So I'm now on my way. I didn't have time to put on makeup or anything. I'm wearing my apology hoodie because I'm very sorry. I really am, if I offended you. And I don't have makeup on, which goes with the apology hoodie, so it works out. And my husband knows how important this is. We're on our way, and he is just eager and on board because he knows, right, Patrick, the importance of this palette.
How much is this going to cost me?
See, we're both on board. Let's get this show on the road because we are on a stakeout. We've got an hour and 27 minutes to get there. I probably should put the camera down when I drive.
Would I get a pallet? Would I not get a pallet? With only 10 left, the only thing certain in my future as we embarked on this journey to Troy, Michigan, was that my husband shared my enthusiasm, and that alone gave me hope and patience.
Let's go! Move! This is so exciting.
Are we there yet?
No.
No. No. I watched the whole series. I drove from Toledo. I thought surely 10 couldn't disappear, or however many there were, but they're all gone. I have to find the strength to go on for 1, nay, 2 or more months before I can get my hands on them. People have lived through worse. I will find a way to go on. This isn't the worst thing that could happen. Probably. I'll just stay in my dark place for a while. What? A truck came in 2 minutes before me? And that that's how I got my palette. Special thanks to Morphe for enforcing a 2-palette rule, making sure that people like you and I can get in there and get our chance to get a palette without people scooping them up in bulk and selling them at ridiculous prices as they would like to do. I also understand that that's part of the reason why they couldn't put any of these palettes on hold, and I'm completely appreciative of that too. Had I not gotten this palette, I would have understood and I would have waited, but it was really a nice surprise to see that when I thought they were all out of stock, it turned out they were just about to put more on the shelves. Perfect timing, couldn't have asked for any better. And of course, as soon as I went into the store, I put 2 in my arms and I got Rose on the horn and asked if she wanted a palette, just as she was prepared to get me one had she been able to. And of course she did, so that was a done deal and it worked out well for both of us. Cheers! Okay, so I went ahead and did all the basics first, so you didn't have to watch me from the beginning and we can get right to what you came for. Oh, I love the story of how I got this because I should not be holding this in my little hands right now. It really wasn't my turn in a way, but I was so happy when I got one. Mailed off Rose's yesterday, and she'll get it tomorrow because I live in Ohio and she lives in Michigan. And that's just how the postal system works. Here's this gorgeous thing. I have to tell you, it has that new palette smell. I absolutely not just love the design, I love the feel of this. And I'm big into textures. As many of my viewers know, I have haptodysphoria. I can't stand velvet. Still got myself the Modern Renaissance ABH because it's better to look good than to feel good. And it is velvety on the outside, which I call vuv. And I don't like the feel of peach fuzz or velvet, but I will endure if it's worth a worthwhile product. That being said, I love the feel of this. I love the texture. I love the smell. It's just weird. It's just really quality stuff. I love that Jeffree Star will spend a little more on his product to get it right. He'd rather take a little less product and, you know, realize he's being pound-wise, not just penny-wise, pound-foolish. And it's smart of him because you'll sell more in the long run because it's a good product. That's how it's supposed to be. So here it is. I have to tell you, I was breathing the same air as the Conspiracy palette in Houston. They had a lot of people down there with PR. So at Nick's party, this thing was getting passed around like a baby. My turn to hold it. Oh, everybody wanted to look at you. Oh my goodness, it's my turn to hold it. There you go. And we looked at it. I was so tempted to touch it, but of course it's someone else's palette. You don't want to go swatch crazy. But look, I have to... It's weird. I loved the way it looked at the party. I was like, okay, those colors really caught my attention. I was there when Official Nady swatched Mini Conspiracy and was swatching some of these. And boy, he goes right in because he's a professional. He knows right away what's quality, what to look for, what he likes. Whereas I'm more about creamy versus powder and what I like to look at. I'm still developing that sense for quality. But I can tell you what I like and I can tell you what works for me. And I know Jeffree Star really is not kidding when he says he's perfected eyeshadow. Even when I press on this, there's like the embossment is on my finger. Hi, quality. How are ya? So that's actually pretty cool. And it's on my driving finger. But I can't wait to swatch these and play with them. I'm going to put up a quick shot of that because I want to get right to doing the look. You've probably seen so many swatches of these. Swatch what you're doing. Swatch your back. I don't know. That's a name for an eyeshadow color for you. Swatch your back. But look at them. Oh, the names, the embossments, the colors. I mean, I love how silky it all feels. I love it. And the ones that really, really, really stood out to me are this bottom row. So I think that's what I'm going to create a look with, since that's the one I love most first. Like, Not a Fact is this gorgeous, deep purple. I like that. It reminds me of Nick, Opinions Are Not Facts. So, just had the best time in Houston. The best. Such a good time that I have to put it in a whole other video. I really do. And it'll come right after this. So let's get right to the makeuping. I turned my ring light down. I apologize for the in and out of focus. But I turned my ring light down so that the colors don't get too washed out. I really wanted to get this. I should have gotten this done a little bit earlier in the day. There's still a pinch of natural light. So I am going to start with, oh, sleep paralysis is gorgeous. And I really have learned to do the shimmers last because they tend to have more fallout for me, because not just because of the product, but because I have a problem when I put stuff on a brush. I really go all, like, I want to get that brush filled with stuff. I don't want to build up. I want it all on the eye now. Oh, that Conspiracy color really speaks to me too. It's like a light shimmery sage. It's gorgeous. Oh, it's gorgeous. Food videos is interesting because, as you know, I don't love yellows. I often feel that yellow should be, not to be overkilling it, but thrown in an active volcano. It doesn't look good on anybody, except I have made an exception. I do like it on the inner corner of Jen Gerard's makeup, and she uses it a lot there, her signature thing. It works for her, especially when she mixes it with blues and greens, and I've seen her in person with that look, and it really does stand out. I don't know if it's the shape of her eye. She has a good eye for eyeshadow. Good, and I mean that literally. The eye shape itself is good. So there's all of these colors. There's the Trisha, and that one will be fun to play with too. That's a very bright pink. Cheese Dust, Flaming Hot. The names are just great. So let's start with, I can't wait to use Diet Cola on the inner corner. So I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Not a Fact. Oh, my ride's here first. Not a Fact, Sleep Paralysis, and Diet Cola. These are the colors I'm going to use. Don't think I'm going to go with the Illuminati this time, but I'm probably going to do a couple of days of looks on this. It's that green that's got that chroma color in it or whatever. It's nice, and it reminds me of a color that's in the Alien palette. They have one like that in Alien, and I do like that color, but not all the time. And I think the darker shades in that tend to show up on me more, so I think I would like it more if there was more green, but I'll play with that one tomorrow. Today, we're going to go right into Sleep Paralysis. No, first my ride's here, sorry. And while I was in Houston, I forgot to bring eyeshadow and a couple of things, which is crazy because I did put 2 bags of makeup in my suitcase, 2 makeup bags, but I grabbed an NYX eyeliner, and I'll be trying that out. I also grabbed this white liner for the waterline, which I really actually needed, this liner for the waterline. So let's go. I need my better brush for that. I like this sharp edged, stiff, firm brush for the ones that I make eyeliner out of. I need to clean that one. Let's put that in the side. Really need to clean them all. You know what? I'm thinking I should have like a backup brush set. So when one's getting washed, like sheets, when one's getting washed, the other one can go in. Get this started. I just like to use this as an eyeliner. I am going to do lashes. Holy crap, I really like the way this blends. That is the shade My Ride's Here. That's right here. It's like a black, but it blended. Look at that, how I, just with my brush, got almost a perfect wing. One shot, which is nice. I love the mirror in this, real quality. And I left the film on for now. And let's do this. I did my brows. If you want to do good, fast brows, wow, I should have put less on this, but I can't believe I'm not seeing fallout. That's amazing. Real quick, I really want to share this, not just because I like Jen, which I do. She's the best. This Brow Bar to Go by Gerard Cosmetics that I've gotten all oody, that just means it's loved. This is the must-have for your brows. I haven't found anything better, but also I love how easy it is to use and how I can control how much I want the thickness of the color. I get a natural look. It fills the line in. And it's so nice when that's like one thing taken care of. You know what I mean? Like you find something that works and it's good, you're taken care of. I can get the brow part of my eyes done so much faster. And it reminds me of like when Jaclyn Hill was saying, I hate doing my brows, I hate doing my brows. I do too. I think she is going to have a Morphe product pretty soon for that. But yeah, it's a problem because they even say brows are like the one thing on your face that besides plastic surgery can really make a difference. And I think that's true. I just do the corner here. Okay, that's just that stuff. Wow. Looks like I put an eyeliner on. And I can brush that out and decide how much I want a smoky line there. But I'm going to let it evolve. I'm going to just leave that there for now, smudge it in a bit. I've not gotten that from... Yeah, that's right. It's cool. I'll remember English. Just keep using it. I haven't gotten that from any other black shadow ever, and I like using that. And I wonder how much it'll go out. Now, I did put primer on. I used the e.l.f. primer before I put on my makeup because my skin was dry. I noticed Jen, I just watched her video before mine, her doing her makeup, and she said that her skin was dry when she got back. So was mine. I don't know if we had alcohol dried it out or what, but okay, now I'm dying to use this one. Not a fact. Why did I do that so fast? Well, that was pointless. Not a fact, which is down here at the bottom. I'm going to take it easy and not go nutso like I always do, putting so much in. Going above crease because I'm getting older and we want to kind of go above it. If you have hooded eyes, that's a little trick you can use. Go above your crease, not in your crease. Almost like you're creating a new one or creating where it is. I don't have very hooded eyes, but I use the tricks for them simply because I'm a woman of a certain age. And those tricks apply to my more hooded than usual eyes. And let's see, basically we want to draw stuff up. And by bringing this up, you know, and not having as much shine up here, I'm going to open up the eye more. Maybe one day I should do, you know, a side-by-side of what works versus what doesn't. I think a lot of people have those actually, but it could be fun. I'm just building it up but I love how it blends. I really do. I think it has the same stuff that I look for that I get from Jeffree's palettes. I'm finding this, you know, blends just the way I want. I probably need new brushes too. But I like what I have. They work. I'm attached to my family of brushes. I try not to have too much, but I definitely have become a palette collector. Love that color. Not a bad fact. Let's see. And I'm still being really a chicken about it. Bok bok chicken? Oh, I did. Hello, Ranch. How are ya? Every one of my palettes, I like to have a white in. I really do. If a palette has a dark and a white, I feel like that's standard, especially when you have 18 colors. I love that. And I very often will take out blood sugar just for the amazing creamy white that it has. A lot of people said there was black missing from Moonspell, and I think that would have been good to have a darker color. But you do have so many, and you have an eye. If you have to, you can have an eyeliner that you brush out. Probably because it came out at Halloween. That was, and it's like kind of the witch Moonspell thing. That was kind of an oversight. Other than that, I really like that palette too, and I use that. I can't believe I didn't bring much with me when I went to Houston in the way of eyeshadow. I don't know why. I was afraid of breaking it or something. I had this feeling that my suitcase weighed more than it did, but it didn't. There's so much to tell you guys, though. That was funny. Those of you who followed me on Twitter, I really appreciate it. A lot of you know I got stuck in the Detroit airport for 5 hours. 2 of those were my fault because I come super duper early. But my flight was on a delay, and I was there so long that I just started tweeting out things that more and more made it look like I lived there and had become important among the people. I was like starting to tweet things like I helped deliver a baby and now I'm a godmother. And my viewers are so sharp that they were right on board. They were so funny. The tweets that were coming back were making me laugh, even in the airport, you know, like saying I was mayor. And just, it was funny. I just like when people, it's fun when people get you, not, you know, take it seriously. I'm gonna bring that up a little bit. I might even be able to use, if I wanted to, a little Trisha in there. I mean, so many of these colors I can't wait to use. My pills, I think my pills, the Ranch and the Trisha would look, do you ever do this like you look at palettes in threes, like these 3 would look together, these 3 would look together, and it always winds up being 4 somehow. But I see a whole bunch of color combinations that I like. And part of me was like, he doesn't know makeup as much as he's had fun with it, and he's a very quick study. He might just be pulling these colors out of his arse, and they won't look so good together, or they won't work, but however it happened, they created magic, I think, with this palette. It's an amazing thing how this happened. Okay, so let's go in with the... I'm going with the sleep paralysis next. I'm not even sure what that color looks like. Don't go nutso like you like to do, Kerry. Don't go nutso on the color. I'm going to swatch some on my hand first, just so I can kind of see. It looks almost like a pewter. A pewter. You say pewterish? I really like it so much. And it's a shimmery pewter. Probably should have the brush with a little more control, but I'm going to do this part of the eye with it. I can always re-go over with, I haven't even put eyeliner on, and I don't know if I'll need to. Got to put my lashes on because I think that completes the look. And let's go in with Diet Cola in the inner eye. I'm not done. I'm really just going to build all of this up. Oh, I love that. I probably should get another picture of it. Wow, I love that. Should be more inner eye, and I think that the sleep paralysis is going to cover more of the lid. And then this would be lighter. It feels like that's too bright. Okay, so you can see it. I don't want it to get washed out, even though I look better washed out. This look won't look better washed out. Bish. And it's not even, you know, fully blended out, but it goes on like a dream, this stuff. So the fact that we all clamored and killed ourselves to get to the store so we could get ours, totally worth it, as it turns out. Totally worth the trek that my husband and I were so eager and excited about. As you can see in the video, he was like, poof, right in the car. Pat is such a good sport. Okay. Love him so much. I told him everybody was liking him, and he was kind of Twitter famous over his little joke. And he's like, that wasn't that funny. Like, I didn't think so either. Hey, you know what? We start taking ourselves for granted. We don't see what other people see, you know? And that just meant the world to him that he made people laugh. Watch, he'll be vlogging next week. You're all encouraging him. I'm in love with this. Wait, what? Excuse me, my nose is itchy. Let's just cut. Okay, so I'm building it up. And build it up and build it up. As you can see, there is a lot of sheen and shimmer. I did get a little fallout that time because I got a little bit more into it. Sorry, I don't want you to not be able to see the magic happening. Oh my God, you guys. This is like night out holiday stuff already, and I'm not even done. Let me just tell you one of the reasons, even though I'm going to go into my Houston stuff later, but this is making me think of Jen. One of the things I loved about her, I don't know why I'm talking low, like she's here, with the reverence. You don't know. My mother used to do that. I'm turning into my mother. She used to be looking out the window, and that one down there, she left off with the other guy. Did you hear? I heard him on the motorcycle last night. Left 2 o'clock in the morning, rides off with another guy. She's looking out, and I'm like, who? She's like, Shh. I'm like, Mom, they live down, the Showbirds live down the street, you know. She'd be like, you don't know. You don't know what people can hear. So now I'm like that. So Jen Gerard, you don't even know. I'm leaving to go to the airport because I partied from the time I landed till like the plane door hit me in the ass when I was getting on the plane. Jen Gerard is so sweet. First of all, I was even in a live stream with Nadie and Nick, and she comes in and gives us Snickers ice cream. She has snacks all the time. She's my age, but she's like a favorite aunt or something, you know. Even though we're the same age, she's got that mom thing. She was stuffing makeup and snacks in my purse, and I was on the plane, no joke, I was eating pistachios just sitting there that she had given me, and I love pistachios, and I never buy them, and I love them, and I'm sitting there eating them, throwing the shells in my purse, just sitting there thinking about how nice Jen Gerard is. It's like, she's the nicest lady, she gave me snacks, and that's just her natural way. She's like, oh, I eat every 2 hours. I knew we could be friends. She's tiny. She's like my grandmother. She can feed everybody and stay tiny. But she's just knows how to enjoy life. Okay, Besh, what do you think? Oh my God, that's so shiny. That is awesome. I am loving this, and I haven't even blown that out. I'm going to zhuzh it. And sometimes when you play with makeup, you'll just change one little thing, and the whole look changes. And you just by putting just a light somewhere else or something somewhere else, you can actually change a lot about your look and make it pop in different ways. So it's fun to play with it. And that's how I think, that's probably how Shane got better, is because he was looking at makeup with an artistic eye. So here's something else I wanted to share with you guys. Before I left Houston, Nick had, I wanted to tell you, Willa's back there. I just saw her here. He comes out with the lippies and the pig thing with Shane and says, I can pick one. And I picked Ryland. And the whole way back on the airplane, I was eating pistachios and looking at my lipstick like, I'm going to cry off my makeup. I'm going to really cry. I hold back a lot. And this is another thing I liked about Jamie. I'm still going to talk about Houston in another video. But I want to tell you really quick, Jamie, while I finish my eye look. Glowing Beauty Addiction. If you don't follow her, follow her. I'll put her info down below. She is so sweet. And she's definitely one of my dear friends at this point. We were before we even met. But gosh, I love her and Rose so much. So I would meet people and go, okay, don't cry, because I'm emotional. Like, I don't know why. I hold it back. I don't want to just do something that isn't done, you know. Not Jamie. She lets it out. She met Petty Page. I don't think she'll mind if I tell you. She got teary. In fact, I took pictures. So I kept making jokes that I needed drama for my channel. I'm like, somebody cry. I'm peeling onions under people's eyes to get them to cry. But Jamie is just so natural and so herself. And she's a grown woman and very mature, and she could do anything, but she doesn't, she is not held by these adult bounds that make us hold back our emotions. She just lavishes herself on people, and in the most beautiful and pure way, and that's why I tell you, everyone loved her. And she made Petty cry just by getting teary. Petty got teary. It was really cute. Petty might mind, but I'm going to tell you anyway. No, I'm kidding. She's a whole story in and of herself, because she's a force to be reckoned with and an amazing person. So, okay, Gush Fest over. Let's get back to this makeup. It's looking kind of Barbarella. We got to do something about it. We got to tie it in, because I'm not finding a cohesiveness. Every single color looks beautiful, but I'm not putting them on quite the way I could. This one is called Spiraling, and I'm going to use that in the corner next to Sleep Paralysis, because I feel like it's a better, darker color. So now I'm just using a bunch. Oh yeah, it blends in very nicely with the other two, so I really have like a tricolor on the bottom, and I'm going to actually bring that spiraling into the crease. Let's see what that does for me. I have a special brush that I use for this, and I spritz it, but I think this is so easy to work with that I don't need it. I don't need to do that. I should probably turn that light down when I'm done with the look so you can see it better. And I'm going to put on my lighter color that I like to have up under the brow. Where did my other brush go? my brow brushy thingy, dewy hickey thingy. Always have to have a white foundation for this. And if you're trying to make your eye look bigger, if you feel like your eyes are hooded, don't go down too far and shiny. You know what? I'm gonna link a video below that I really like for hooded eye tips, and I watch it from time to time. And I've never really needed it, but I like to watch it in case I do family members' makeup or a friend's makeup. I know D X Davita. Oh, you got to hear about her. She's awesome too. She has hooded eyes, and we didn't even get to play with our makeup this time. I hope we do at Christmas because I'm going back. And I hope I get to play with her makeup too. She looked beautiful. I think Sherry Hellcat, oh, so nice. I think that she did her lashes for her and stuff. It's like if you feel like you have a droopy this part of the eye, which as we get older, the distance between here and here gets a little smaller. So to offset that, you don't want to have all shine on the part that you think is baggy or hooded. You want to just keep the shine by the brow. And that's something I actually noticed early on. There are definitely artist tricks, and I think that's where the artist comes in with MUA. Some people are just good artists, good painters, and they can paint a face on a face. Okay, so I just spritzed that for now. Let that sit. I'm dying to put this on. Where did it go? Where'd you go, Ryland? I didn't know the name of it when I picked it out, but it happens to be Ryland, who I think is adorable. So we're going to put this on. But tomorrow I am going to do the Toddy review. I saved it for last because it's got glitter, and that might take me a week and a half to clean off my face. When I got it, oh my God, it smells like root beer. Oh my God, that smells so good. Is it supposed to smell like root beer? Because it does. I know one of them did, but this one does too. Oh, it's amazing. So anyway, when I got the Toddy thing, I opened it up and the glitters were just like calling to me. And I said to myself, don't touch it. You don't even have any makeup on. Don't touch it. But then there was a part of my brain going, I just want to touch it. I'm like, don't touch. It's going to get everywhere. And the next thing you knew, it was on my finger. And I was like, I should definitely not put that on my eye. Okay, just a little. Don't do it. I shouldn't do it. And then there it was a little bit on my eye. It was a mistake because I had no primer or cover up or anything else to keep it on the eye. So I looked like it looked like I won a glitter eating contest that I had to do with no hands. It was everywhere. I looked like a disco dingbat, and my son was making fun of me, so I did like the fairy slob mother. Maybe something glittery, but I don't think so. She's all pink, and I'm going to have to blend that in a little. It's really, the colors can be as dramatic or as light as you want them to be, really. So there you go. Shane on the eyes, Ryland on the lips. I've got true love on my face. So if you've watched this far, I so appreciate you. Tomorrow I will be going all in on the Toddy, full glitter. We're doing the whole thing. I better buy 2 more bags of wet wipes. It's going to take me a week to maybe get off the glitter. We'll see. Stay tuned, and thank you very much for watching. I will be hawking my Patreon, my Teespring merch, my P.O. Box, my Twitter. It'll all be below in the description with anything else relevant. And until next time, Hausfrau out.